Happy Sunday morning, everybody. Welcome back to the SBP. The Sports Bar podcast is here for you, and we're about to chop it up real big today. As always, I'm your boy Prime Source. What is good?
What's going on, bro? Just trying to keep it together. Thankfully, it was, even though I didn't realize it until this morning when I made my store run, which happened to be early today. Uh, I didn't realize it was daylight saving time. I didn't realize it. First time
You,
in probably
you know,
20 plus years that I did not know it was daylight savings time until I got to the store. I looked at the clock. I was like, the car clock say 9:14. What? It's 9:14? Why my phone say 8 o'clock or whatever time it was? Not 8:14 because the clock is fast, but 8:01, whatever, let's say. I was like, wait a second. Then I hit the group chat. I could have just Googled, but I hit the group chat. Is it daylight savings time? Yeah, okay, my bad. I ain't know.
yeah, it's been a lot less talk about it than I'm used to seeing. Like I know a lot of time you see it all over. The news guy would say it and be on social media. You ain't an hour back, but not a lot of talk about it. Not a lot of talk about it.
Yeah,
Um, And so I don't know. A lot of things are just kind of getting past this. I don't know if it's just because so much is going on, or people just
that's
don't care anymore.
no
Like,
first part.
it's like for instance, last night I know you guys are celebrating the World Series, right? The World Series. Shout out to the Dodgers out here doing their thing, bringing
Yeah,
home another championship. But I'll be honest with you, as exciting as this World Series was, and I was invested. I'll be honest, I didn't have it on the main TV, maybe half of one game, right? But I kept it up every game on my iPad, and one of the better ones I saw, one of the most exciting World Series that I saw, but nobody was talking about it.
yeah.
Like it wasn't a lot of posts, there wasn't a lot of talk. Like I'm like, what's different? It's not like we don't have football going on every year during the World Series.
Hmm.
It's not like we don't have other things, basketball starting,
Right.
and then other things. Like what's different?
The world is jacked up. That's what I think it is. Like I know, well, I can say that, but the world was jacked up when we had the last Super Bowl, and it was still hype. So, but baseball and football, well, the NFL and MLB is vastly different in the U.S. at this point, I think. So, I don't know, man. Maybe it's a sliding scale of baseball.
The world is very different now.
Facts.
That just played in my head just now, man. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, and I know a lot of Dodgers fans too. And outside of the couple of group chats that I'm in, it's got Dodgers fans, and um, yeah, that just wasn't a lot. It just
Yeah.
wasn't a lot.
Still say gang gang. My attention to baseball this season has been way less. Like my norm is not 100%, but it's been way less this year. I just feel like there's so much going on. Matter of fact, I missed um I missed the game, the last two. I missed the last two.
Really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was out in them streets, which is good. I was DJing, but yeah, missed both of them joints.
And the Blue Jays, man, got to be sick though. I'm thinking about last night. Me and one of my sons was talking about it. I'm like, bases loaded in the bottom of the ninth. This is it. Like this is it right here. This is it. And I think I'm gonna be honest with you. So I think I'd rather get the brakes beaten off for me in the final World Series and again a Game 7 of World Series than to have that happen.
Yeah, because you're gonna focus on the end as opposed to, or it's gonna focus on one particular time frame as opposed to the whole thing, and hopefully it didn't turn into to blame or didn't get the job done. But
Yeah,
uh, that's how the baseball bounces.
that's man. I'm not even a Blue Jays fan, and that kind of hurt me a bit. I was like, wow, that's man, like you, right? I mean, it's eating up. It's not like we professional baseball players, and I'm telling you, I could have gone out there and gotten a run. I'm just saying, just in general, just to go down that way. Shout out to the people in the chat, Liddy and Resident. resident brother of mine, also resident Dodgers fan like yourself, AJ, Mr. Otto Jackson in the house out here celebrating.
AJ.
Yeah, yeah, my man say AJ out here hitting numbers and winning the World Series. Like AJ just do big things, bro. He says assign yourself and put yourself beside good people, successful people. Well, he out here winning. None of my teams winning nothing. You know what I'm saying? But he got a squad that's out here winning something, and he hit the doubles too. So
yes, sir. I need them numbers. Let me know what the picks is today. I don't have no money to put on them, but just let me know so I know. I got $1.
Yo, did y'all how the festivities of Friday night go in your neighborhood? Do y'all hand out candy?
Nah, bro. One, this neighborhood has never been child heavy.
Really?
Until the last 2 years. But we don't like none of them kids.
So has people been busy in their personal time, bro? Kids popping up everywhere.
All them kids. I don't dislike kids generally, but I know a few that I have a strong disapproval rating for because they just don't know how to act, bro. They don't know how to act. And I know kids are kids. I know kids are kids. Kids are going to do what kids do.
Mm-hmm.
These kids is reckless and silly. And not that I live in a $1 million neighborhood or anything or crazy, you know what I'm saying? But It's pretty quiet, peaceful, clean. That's dead. Water bottles be out in front of our house. Water bottles down the joint. Bikes in the parking area. Bikes on the sidewalk. Skateboards. Basketballs. It don't even matter. It's just stuff everywhere all the time.
Y'all don't have like a little Chris over there that'll be knocking over y'all trash cans.
Bro, not that. I might be better off with that because I don't put my trash out until right before they pull up. Because you never know what kind of animals we get out this joint, bro. Like, a random fox will pull up. Something is going to knock something over around here. So I don't put that joint out until like 7 a.m. and they come around this joint about 8 a.m.
Well, I can imagine out there because even think about it. I mean, you and I don't live that far apart. I mean, I'm right the street, turn the corner, and just shoot down. But I'm right in the city, and I've seen a fox out there walking down the sidewalk, crossing the street. I'm like, hold on, bro, what are we doing here? Fox out here. I seen a deer in the street, crossing the street too.
Near your house?
Yeah, right down the street. Like I was like, is he going to the bus stop? Yeah.
Y'all got deer. That's crazy. Have you ever heard a fox like make noise like at night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
bro. You think somebody getting killed out there, Joan? Fox be sounding crazy.
Yeah. You see, I follow a lot of the groups, man, and of course, being from Chester, not living in Chester, but being from Chester, and the family home is still there, and not a fam. I'm in one of the Chester groups that my aunt put me in and stay up on top of all things Chester. And be surprised. I'm not surprised because Chester is Chester, but just to see the amount of video people post from their cameras that's on their house of overnight, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And, foxes and stuff all in the backyard. There's the elusive white deer. Like I see this stuff all the time. I'm like,
what? A white deer for real? Out there?
Probably the last 2 or 3 years going, there's been at least one person. There's been multiple people will post, and they'll come on their camera and they'll be out there with other deer, and it'll be like maybe 3-4 deer out there sometimes, but there'll be like that one white one. Yeah.
Wow. Now we have deer. We used to have more. A couple of years ago, probably like 7 to 10 years ago, we had more deer that would pop up, be outside, be at the wood line, just chilling. But.
Fam, Don, what's up? That man said, I saw I saw a deer standing in the parking lot of Mr. Submarine. Those of you from Richmond know, you can picture it. A deer standing in the parking lot of Mr. Submarine. That's crazy. If it's the one on Broad, that's crazy. Shit, if it's the one on South Side, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
I was thinking broad. I was thinking broad.
well, you know, Broad gonna be the first thing to come to my mind. That's right the street. You know what I'm saying? That's right the street.
Right.
Yeah,
True
so
that.
that's
Man,
wild, man.
I ain't even tell you about 2 months ago, maybe 2 months ago. I'm coming back from the store or whatever. I'm rolling up. I'm like, what is this big? It's like a big blob in the street as I'm
Uh-huh.
pulling up, like I'm about to turn to come to the house. I'm like, I know that is not what I think it is. I got up on that joint. It was a, what is it? The Galapagos Island, Galapagos. It was a giant turtle, bro. A
Big
giant. Just where did you come from, sir? why are you? Why are you in the middle of the street? Not even the middle of the street. This is in the neighborhood, just chilling. Well, I guess I may have gone away from some water. I don't know what they do to have baby. I don't know how that works, but that joint came out of nowhere. I was like, did somebody let out their pet turtle? Or what? Somebody call animal control? I don't know, but I ain't got nothing to do with it. This lady was walking up the street. She was like, I stopped and rolled the window down. We were talking about it. She was like, should I call animal control? I was like, yeah, call them so they can take the turtle wherever it needs to go by the water or wherever they're going. But he can't stay right there, he or she, because they ain't gonna make it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, Don said, was it a snapping turtle? Hey, you definitely, you definitely ain't messing with no snapping turtle, boy. They're gonna bite your whole
They
finger off.
they all snapping turtles as far as I'm concerned. We ain't kicking it.
Hey, you gonna think I'm wailing, and I would have thought about this until you brought it up, but this is the honest truth. This is the honest truth. I can bring Nicole and she'll attest to it. So you know right here where I stay, it's heavy dog ownership, like heavy. Even when we stay, I guarantee you, right in this couple of blocks, we might be maybe of 10%, maybe a little, the folks who don't own a dog. Right, right now they worm me to death. Been worming me for years, and I'm just like, hey, y'all can get a dog.
Bite it, bro.
I,
Don't
I
do it
said,
to you.
look, I said I'm not. Look, I said it's hard enough out here. When I'm listening to friends that I know that's out here with the dogs and just the money alone is costing. They got to get up at 2 a.m. and go to the vet and
Yeah,
um,
exactly.
and all that and the business. But I know my homie that worked for me said he got dog insurance, but still, all this. I said, yeah, if y'all gonna get it, y'all pool your money. I love the dog, but all the rest of that, all that
Dog insurance.
food, all that dog insurance,
Hold on,
y'all
bro.
paying for all that.
Dog insurance? That's a thing?
Yeah, I didn't think that was the thing, but it's a youngin that works for me. He told me about it. Yeah,
Dog
you
insurance.
can get like pet insurance or something like that. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know what it consists of. How the policies run. I don't know can you get a life insurance policy for your pet?
Your dog got a. Oh
Hey,
man.
but nah,
What
I was telling, I
dog got a
brought it.
copay? What the dog copay? Dog got a copay. That's crazy.
They tell you what the copay is, and the dog look at you like, I ain't got
I ain't got it. Hey, you got to get this one.
Hey, it's now. I would tell you is so I live in a crazy dog walking area from here through Carrington. There's not a morning that you can wake up and not seeing two things happening. Folks either running or jogging,
Right,
heavy,
of course. Yeah.
heavy, and then somebody walking a dog. There is a couple. See the dude more so than the lady, young lady. But I've seen her too. That walks past here ever so often, and probably more often than I see it. I'm at work. That walks the pet turtle on the sidewalk, dog. I lie to you not. Walks a turtle. Yeah,
That's a slow walk, isn't it?
what the thing is. It's not like a huge turtle, so it's small. So it's one of the ones you got to kind of watch if you want. But it's a turtle. The turtle looks like it be just waiting to get outside because for it to be a turtle, most times when I look at the turtle, be stepping. I mean, he'll be out there stepping, dog, and I'll be like, all right, do your thing. And one time I walked right past, I was going in my car, I said, hey, how you doing? And just I said, oh, great. And I look down in the system, just stepping. I'm like, okay, all right. Do you?
That's different. That might be a what's it called? What's the pet called when people have a pet for their mental health?
Like a service doing or something?
A service turtle. That's a service turtle.
Hey, either him or her, every time you see him, it's the regular scene, like you would see in a lot of places. Whether you're downtown, whether you're watching a family movie, they just walking. They got, a coffee cup in their hand. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they walk together, and they holding hands, and the turtle just a step in.
Turtle on
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
Wow, bro. It's a different world.
Shout out to all of you out there with pets, man. Shout out to all of y'all out there with pets.
Yeah, keep that over there.
Hey, man. We got some stuff to talk about, man. We are here. We in week 9 already.
It's crazy, man. That's depressing, though. That's depressing, bro. Like,
Yes, it is.
NFL goes so fast.
Yeah, week 9 already in the NFL. We got some good things to talk about, a couple of good subjects. We got some games to pick. Looks like it's just going to be you and I today. I think at least one of our folks is probably still in the bed. Another gentleman let me know that he has some things popping off this week, and the other one is in a state of sports depression right now.
Ooh,
It's understandable, just not going good all across the board. Now, I understand. I pray for my brother. Much love. So, I'm strong though. I fight through that stuff. Being a Cowboy fan, you're depressed a lot. So you learn to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You learn to cope. You feel me? So I'm good. I'm good. I'm not good, but I'm good. You feel me?
Hear that.
I'm all right.
I'm making it.
Yeah, man. But first up, man, what I wanted to talk about, we got to talk about it. You heard the saying. Everybody's heard the saying of one of our. I know it's one of my favorite shows of all time. Definitely, in my opinion, the greatest sports drama. Crime drama ever. About to be sports drama, especially to a prediction that you had made. And the saying goes, Lamar's coming. Shout out to the Wire. Lamar is coming. And Lamar Jackson made his triumphant return Thursday night against the Miami Dolphins and handled business the way he should have handled business. Came out that bad boy with 4 TDs, 18 of 23, slinging the rock, man, and putting these folks on notice. Yeah, I'm back, brother. What do you think about it, man?
Hey, man. Yeah. Lamar does what Lamar do. I ain't gonna oversell it at this point because we got a long way to go as far as for what I said previously. Right. For those who don't know, there was 1-3. We were talking about. No, they were 1-2, and we were talking about them playing Kansas City and who was gonna lose, or if one of them lost, would it be worse on the other one? I believe that was the week that we talked about it.
Yeah.
And I said Baltimore can go 1-5, and I still got them, making the playoffs, and it turned into a fiasco, small fiasco, not a Lupe fiasco, but everybody thought I was tripping. I stand on that. 1-5, come right back. They right back.
Yeah, tuck the chains, hide the bag, all that. I see you. You know what time it is. Lamar's coming back at the right time, like the right time. First of all, if they're going to make that playoff push, it had to be now. And he managed to come back, and he might be able to take advantage of the Steelers and their shortcomings, who were sitting comfortably here a couple of weeks ago at the top of the division. Now a team that's consecutive losses, and a really bad one, in my opinion, that last one, and leaving the door wide open. We talked about last week, either last week or the week before, that it is not out of the question that the winner of this division could be a 9 or 10 game winner. This could happen. This can honestly happen, which seems crazy in a 17 game season, but 9 games 9 wins might actually win this division. It's possible.
Definitely a possibility. I can't. Did I say make the playoffs or win the division? I can't remember the conversation.
I believe you said, well, I think you said make the playoffs, but it's just, I mean, if they win the division, they ain't gonna make the playoffs.
I think that's might be the only way to make the playoffs, right?
Yeah. I believe that's what you said. Now I have to go back. Don't quote me. I have to go back and check the tape.
Yeah, got you.
And check the tape. But yeah, Lamar's coming, man. And I know people that say it's just the Dolphins, but I mean, you do what you're supposed to do. I mean, you'd have had more to say if they wanted one touchdown. He went out there and put 4 of them things up, man. And they desperately needed it. Got a big win last week with Cooper Rush under center. Or was it Tyler Hunt? Who was the quarterback last week?
No, Tyler.
Hunter ain't there.
Tyler.
It was Tyler. It was Tyler Hunt. And Tyler Hunt last week in a game a lot of people didn't have them winning. So to actually come out with a big victory, played really good football last week, then come back and win this one, all while the division leading Steelers are tumbling. Perfect timing, bro.
Fumbling, bumbling, stumbling. I know you are enjoying anything like a Steelers demise. So.
Oh yeah, no love for the Steelers here, and especially no love, with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. So
double up, yeah.
No
double,
love.
Double negative on that thing.
No love whatsoever. Look at that. So update on the division there. Look how quick that came together.
It don't take much, bro. It don't take much.
That came together, man. Whew. I know Halloween over, but it's scary hours right now.
Facts.
It's scary hours for real out here. And this is
even with Cincinnati, bro. Even with Cincinnati, not that we think Cincinnati world beaters, but
yeah,
Flacco at the helm, they looking out.
They took a tough loss last week that none of us saw coming. Right. But they got some good news today that I just got the official that Flacco is going to play today. Remember, there was questions.
Yep.
About this Adam Schefter just tweeted that he's officially listed as active.
Joseph.
Oh, so
the other Joseph, I should say.
Next up for Lamar and them, if you look at their schedule, we go down to, we talking about very winnable. I know we've done this a couple of times already, but now we this tight. They have the Vikings who get JJ back today. They're not playing him today, but JJ McCarthy is finally back. But what have we really seen from JJ outside of maybe a good half so far this season? You have the Browns, you have the Jets, you have the Bengals, you have the Steelers, and then you play the Bengals again. Everything you want is you got some not so tough opponents, and you've got a ton of division games mixed right there. They're sitting right there in your lap, bro.
It's all right there for the taking.
It's all there. Yeah. And they need to take care of business because they take all those teams before I think they jump into next month and they get a couple of tough joints because you deal with the Patriots and the Packers next month. So you need to take care of business in November for sure.
100%. I'm glad Lamar's back, and I'm glad he got to play and he gets this 10-game break or 10-day break, I should say, before the next one. So yeah, things are. I mean, the defense is still the defense. We can't forget that. But things are looking a little more on the positive side after Thursday.
And you talk about their schedule, dog. They're in great position compared to the Steelers. The Steelers, once again, next up for the Steelers after today's tough matchup, which we're going to discuss. They got the Chargers. You got the Bengals. The Bears are proven there are no pushover. This depends on what week it is. You just never know.
Thanks.
You have the Bills.
And
then, of course, you play the Ravens. And then next week. So you got to take care of all that business while trying to hold off Lamar and them. And then, of course, you still have to deal with the Lions next month.
Pittsburgh is trying to get to 9, maybe 10. And hold on. Hope for the best. That's what it is.
Hold on. This is a crazy division too. Did you ever sit back and think about this whole division that, in a sense, that every coach in this division could be on the hot seat? I know, I know,
Correct.
yeah, I know. We custom every year to talk about the Rooney's bringing back,
Of
continue
course.
to bring back Mike Tomlin. But I'm
Yep.
just saying, man, I think every coach in here, there could be a thought upstairs when this season is over that, do we need to make a change? Everyone.
Everyone. I agree. I agree with what you're saying, and definitely can see that in Pittsburgh. Just as a thought, I still, I stand by Mike Tomlin, but I get it. Like if somebody said it at this point, I get it. Not because he doesn't do the most with the least. Just it's one of those. Is it time for a change? And it's not like Pittsburgh makes changes just for change sake.
Right.
But they've only had three coaches. I
Yeah.
mean, one more ain't gonna kill you. One more ain't gonna get you. If it comes to that, definitely not pushing for that.
Then the
From
question would always be, it seems like the Rooneys are probably the folks though that may not be willing to take this step as far as a young coach. That's now that could be wrong. If you've only had three coaches in your entire franchise history, are they that old fashioned, and thinking that I need to go out and get somebody with experience and they be the type of person, to bring in a coach that's an older coach that's been around, has done it in the league,
well,
or could the thinking flip a little bit and they say maybe we can go find a young hot commodity and we're gonna give them time because we always do, and it's somebody we can ride for a minute. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know their line of thinking. To be honest with you.
well, if history, if I'm not mistaken, the coaches that they've hired, I don't know how old Chuck Noll was, but Cowher was what? In my mind, he was like 40. I could
Probably
be wrong.
around there. I would
Yeah.
probably. I don't know for sure, but
And Mike Tomlin was younger than that. So do they relish I mean, they hire young coaches, not as young as a lot of coaches that get hired today, but on the younger side when it comes to coaches. So I wouldn't see it as being veering off their regular path. But again, it's different because we're looking at a different age range of these young coaches, and coaches get younger and younger every year.
true indeed. True indeed. Something to watch. Every one of these guys. I definitely think it's beyond time for Stefanski to go. I know he got friends up there somewhere in high places. I don't know how Stefanski still has a job. I really don't. And
Look, they're trying to show some stability.
I
Y'all pick terrible times to show stability.
it shows stability by keeping Deshaun Watson around too, right? I mean, they just that whole that whole situation in Cleveland is a mess, man.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. So, but watch. So we on Lamar watch for sure. See, can he uh, walk these people down? And it is very possible as we sit looking at these schedules and the way teams have been performing. No shade to the Bengals as you mentioned either, because I still think they may have something to say today. Going to tell us a lot how they bounce back. But yeah, this is to be fun.
They definitely will be in the mix, and even if it's not to win the division, it'll at least be to give the other people some problems on their way to winning the division.
Indeed. Um, so we definitely going to be watching that. And we just got the good news. I say. For a lot of teams, especially if you're in Cincinnati, that looks like Flacco is playing. He was in with a shoulder injury, so I think it was like an AC joint or something like that. So he's out there in the sling. And I know Jamar Chase happy about that. So
Absolutely,
yeah,
and that is why he's in my lineup. Most definitely. 17 targets, 22 targets, 164 targets in a game. It's crazy.
Indeed. How you feel about your boys' performance last week, man?
Who we played last week? It seems so long ago.
Last week you guys,
Was it the
I just
little
know
guy,
y'all wouldn't. You
the
boy,
little guys? Was it the little
it
guys
was, it
last
was, it
week?
was the Giants, 38-20 victory
No, it was the little guys.
by your Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, you already knew what time it was as soon as Saquon touched the ball and took it to the crib. Like, it was, okay,
Mm.
this is what we own today. So that's cool. One of these days, somebody is going to stop talking crazy about Jalen Hurts. I ain't saying he is Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. I am saying that people act like he Trent Dilfer, and I find that to be absurd. I find that to be absurd. Um, all he does is win, 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 no matter what. Ever since he's been starting, well, ever since he's been uh, tagged the starter, what playoff loss in the first round, Super
Mm-hmm.
Bowl appearance, 8-1, 9-1, whatever it was out the gate, and then things fell went off the rails, and a quick loss in the playoffs, Super Bowl win. Like, what y'all want from the man? What y'all want from the man? Don't be mad at me because my team is good. The players around me are good. Like, I'll never understand how you get mad at somebody for being on a good team. The same way I'll never understand how people talk about parity and the league being even, and I wouldn't go to that place or he shouldn't go over there. Don't you want the best team that you can have? Like, isn't that the point? You're trying to win, so you get the best players you can afford on the same dime that the other teams have, and you just have a better team. Like, how's that a blame? That that's wild to me.
That's what people do. Again, that's better to do. That's what people do. That's what people do. People will take a one game. People take one game now and just tell you why somebody is or isn't something. You know
That
what I'm
is a
saying?
fact. That is
Like
a
one
fact.
game. Regular season games at that. We're not talking about somebody that has a history of, I don't know, getting to the playoffs and choking up. Like I talk about Dak, right? I talk about Dak. That's a fact. Dak. I don't mean just because the Cowboys aren't winning.
Right.
I'm talking about Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? I'm talking about the history when he's gotten to the playoffs. You see how he looks scared. Like he gets they show him that deer in the headlight look, and he just doesn't look right. He does some of the crazy. There's history behind that in multiple games. That's a fact. I'm not talking about one game that Dak went out here and threw. Even last week's game when he didn't look good. He didn't
Right.
look good at all. The whole team ain't look good, but he didn't look good. I'm talking about over time, time to show it. But these people will come out here, be a one game sample size, one game sample. Man, I told you, such and such. And look at that. And I'm like, man,
It's the way of the world, man. Quick trigger responses and trying to be first to everything without all the information.
yeah, man. These people are. That's why I don't deal with them.
Me neither.
That's why I don't deal with people, man. And people just, I'm cool with you having an opinion, but y'all say some of the dumbest stuff ever
Yep.
off of one performance, one game. So it's all that talk like every year, maybe at least 2 years running, maybe three, but those 2 years before this year, and I kept saying it right here on this show, and everybody was talking smack um, about Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth was the truth. Yes, they were struggling a lot of those, weeks offensively, back barely winning 1 point, this, that, and that. But the fact is they're winning. But the fact is, you can just tell by they're not going to the Super Bowl. They're not
Mm-hmm.
going. Okay. And then they go to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Next year, they struggle again. And remember, I said, we've seen this before.
Yep.
They ain't going to the Super Bowl. You remember last year? Can you defend? They may not go, but can you definitively say that they are not going to the Super Bowl? That's because they struggled last week. Well, the week before they ain't scored but 19. Did they win? Like You don't know. You
You
don't
don't
know.
know.
Yeah, you just don't know, man. These people are wild.
Indeed.
Something else. Oh, anything else stood out to you last week? I know one thing that you got to do. I bet you're gonna do. I bet you're gonna do this. You're gonna stop having so much faith in my Dallas Cowboys. That's what you're
I
gonna do.
sure am.
I'm trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you for weeks, man. You got to listen to me. Listen to me. Now, I didn't. Now that I think we was gonna get 4,400, I was like, no. I actually thought we was gonna find a way to win it. Right.
Right.
You have more faith. That's because that offense been balling out in this, as as an overall team than I do. I'm just. You got to stop, bro.
You're right. You're right. I, Dak is what you consider light skin, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess it's a bias, maybe. I don't know, man. I be trying, and I try not to be, too harsh on the Cowboys because it's more the fans than the team that I don't like
Right.
outside of the ownership. Um, so I try to see the good, I try to see the good in people, places, things. Yeah, it was not good last week, though. It was
Yeah,
not.
it's that just overall it wasn't good, especially defensively. Just shout out to RJ Harvey had his breakout game last week. But yeah, that was ugly.
Mm,
And
mm, mm, mm.
it's not much last week, man. Only other thing that probably was worth talking about was probably the best game last week. I would guess would probably been the Jets and the Bengals. Was crazy, 39-38 victory for the Jets, off
God,
the heels, off the heels of the ownership talking greasy about Justin Fields,
what?
all in the media and everything, all up in the videos. You know what I'm saying? Talking mad greasy, and all this man did was keep the people afloat and went out there and beat the Bengals in a shootout.
Yeah, I feel bad for Justin Fields, man. You know how you gonna be a disorganized, disorganized organization, disorganized organization, and be talking crazy about somebody. Meanwhile, every quarterback that's been at your spot the last couple of years is playing all right now. They seem to be all right. And I think somebody else said former coach leaves and is doing better in other places. Robert Sala, um, Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers. Like, who's really to blame? Who?
That's a terrible. How many years can you endure this? Like it just is, just
I don't know.
realize that you just overall just jacked up from top to bottom.
I don't know. Ask Cleveland. Cleveland and the Jets need to have this conversation.
So let me get Cleveland on line one.
Cleveland on line one. Hello.
Get Cleveland on line one, please. Yeah, that's wild, man. That is wild. Yeah, nothing else really crazy last week. Chiefs stomped the Commanders. I love that. Um, we talked about the Ravens' surprising victory over Chicago. Dolphins beat the brakes off the Falcons. I didn't see that coming because I was hollering for Kirk. Now Kirk was down a couple of weapons, but they just were
Bro,
all over the place last week.
that was so sad. So disappointing. I felt like I had been bamboozled with Wayne. Dre, run him up, all that.
And let's see. We expected the Patriots to take care of business. And we talked about the challenge. Yeah, that was pretty much it from last week, man. Pretty much it from last week. Bills beat the brakes off the Panthers. Texans and 49ers was entertaining. Texans took care of business.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought the game would be a little bit closer than that. I was thinking, one score. I was thinking.
You made me change. Not you. You didn't make me do anything, but I changed my pick based on what you said that I did not know that Nico wasn't gonna play. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, let me go over here with the 49ers. Nope.
No Nico, no problem last week.
At all.
All right. So, looking around the league, though, I think we kind of talked about this before, just how how good they were, but we have to really start trying to answer the question now. Are the Colts the best team in the National Football League right now? Are they
Well,
the best? So,
they're darn good. I tell you that much. They so good. They so good. I almost took Daniel Jones as my quarterback today.
I thought about it too.
I was like, why not? Uh, from Pittman getting busy to to
Seven and one.
the obvious offensive player of the year possibility, MVP possibility, dark horse type vibes. But Jonathan Taylor, your man's for the last couple years
Yep,
that you've been touting,
running hard.
he out here, girl, you be killing, he out here killing everybody, and it doesn't matter what the defense is or what they do. That offensive line is moving bodies, and once Taylor hits a lane, yeah, out of there.
Don said, "Did your man's DJ is the MVP right now?
Yeah, and you know it's
Look at the
tough,
numbers. He got. If you, I don't think people realize how good his numbers really are.
right?
Like if you go back and look at it, I know people is easy. Of course, I mean, yeah, it's going to be okay. And you got Jonathan Taylor. He's playing solid, bro. DJ is playing solid. I think he did have a 2 interception game in there somewhere, but he's playing solid, man.
The question is this a Ryan Tannehill thing, or is this a Daniel Jones that really is that good? When I say right, I know
Yeah.
but Tannehill, he had Derrick Henry, so it makes that defense look a lot different when you have Henry running downhill and defenses loading up for him as opposed to focusing on the passing game primarily. So is it similar to that with Jonathan Taylor?
They I don't know because if you I don't know how many games if you've seen them.
I haven't seen a whole game of Indy. I don't think.
Those what makes this thing so good is not just the fact that Jonathan Taylor is just doing damage to these defenses. That receiving core, nobody's going to talk about them because they're not the flashy names. You know what I'm saying? They're not the AJ Browns and the CD Lambs. You know, coupled up. With the Devontae Smith and the Pickens. No Chase and Higgins. It's none of that. But they are solid, man. They are solid. Mitchell is out here. Downs. Nobody's talking about Josh Downs. He's had some really good catches this year in big spots for this team.
Pierce.
Pittman. Then of course we talk about the tight end every week. Hometown kid
Yep.
is playing as a top 5 in the league tight end right now. Tyler Warren is absolutely ridiculous, right? Anybody that's watching this, if you haven't got a chance, I know we do a lot of red zoning in our homes and all that, but have a chance to watch that Colts offense. We know JT gonna break one or two, but them on second and long and third down, they've been really good when those receivers, man.
Yeah.
They
Across
are
the board because they would say 1, 2, 3, 3 to 4 receivers and a tight end, and you got Taylor out the backfield. It's a lot. It's a lot of weapons. It's a lot of weapons.
And they're doing this with a defense that's kind of been week to week. There's been a couple of weeks that defense looks solid. There's been a couple of weeks that they couldn't get teams off the field on third down. But here we
Right.
are at 7-1. They've done just enough in those weeks. The only loss that this team has was to the Rams game. They lost to
Right.
the Rams, and that was the two. Matter of fact, that was the 2 interception game I was thinking about. Daniel Jones did throw 2 interceptions, and that defense let Matt Stafford and Puka Nacua go ham. Remember, Nacua had like 170 yards in that game.
Yeah.
He went absolutely crazy.
So yeah, between that one and then, like I mentioned, but last week, the game that they probably should have lost to
Yeah,
Arizona.
yeah.
Um, Other than that, They be balling.
They be balling. Now I know some people going to question, Prime. I see what you're saying, but they really ain't played a schedule, a world beating. They haven't. They haven't. Now you got to take into account they beating the Dolphins, right? They beat the Broncos. Broncos can be up and down, but that Broncos defense is serious, right? Now they have beaten, and I'll admit they've beaten the Titans twice, and they've beaten the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, true.
But you mentioned the Cardinals, and they did beat the Chargers. So there's at least two good teams in there, and then one that's middle of the road. But they play who's on your schedule, and you're 7-1. We've seen the Packers lose to the Browns, right? I mean, we played with the Browns. Okay, it's the NFL, man.
That's a great point. Yeah, we saw the Packers lose to the Browns, but like you said, you play who's in front of you. You play who's on the schedule, and when you're handling business, you're handling business, and it's kind of like we look at when we talk more about college football. We look at teams that played smaller schools or were smaller schools, or even basketball. When you talk about the Zags back in the day, be like 31-1.
Yeah.
They ain't play nobody. I get that because that's kind of different. But this is the NFL, and ain't but so many terrible teams, that are not going to win or even put up a fight in the league. That's just what it is. Yeah, so yeah, they might beat some teams that aren't as good, but they still got to handle their business in order to do that. And I believe them. I believe in what they're doing right now.
I definitely believe in what they're doing, man. Man, Letty said I want to see that KC Indy I would love to see that. That would be so good. That would be so good. If we are blessed to see that sometime, before this entire season is over, I would love to see that. What's up, Caesar?
Liddy. Hey, hold on, Prime. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, you was about to talk to Caesar, so interrupting.
I say what up to him.
Nah, we can just X that part. Hey, Liddy. Why am I yelling? I do this in lives too, as if they're far away and can't hear me at the same voice level. Anyway, I meant to send it to you. Your man's Danny Hastings, the legendary photographer, hip hop photographer that's done work with everybody and covers and everything. He sat down with Apathy last week, man. He sat down with Apathy last week for an interview. I was sitting there thinking, hey, man, I remember when Liddy was trying to hook me up with Danny Hastings. It ain't happening now. Here you go right here. Hurt my feelings a little bit, but it's okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's all I want to say. If you want to talk to Caesar, bro, I ain't trying to disrupt y'all's relationship. So I'm gonna be quiet.
Moving on. Hey, Liddy. I didn't even pull the schedule up. You saying they do meet in week 12? Did I see that? That's gonna probably be the game of the week right there. They meet in week 12.
Oh yeah, they gotta flex that joint.
I need a flex on that bad boy. I got to have a flex on that. Did that go down?
100%.
Let's see. Yep, he said it confirmed it's week 12, and as I pull it up,
3 weeks away.
Oh, as I pull it up, yeah, we gotta talk about that source because right now it's a 1:00 game.
Oh yeah, they flexing out of that. When is it? The
12th. I'm sorry, week 12, which would be the week of the. Oh, that's the 23rd, week before Thanksgiving. Right?
Oh yeah, they flexing out that joint. That's Sunday night.
Yeah, because let's see what that's what they got to contend with. So the Thursday.
It don't matter. What's gonna be better? Ain't nothing better.
But that schedule is pretty stacked that week. We got Bills and Texans Thursday night. That's not a bad game. It's a prime video game.
Nope. I hear you.
Cowboys and Eagles 4:00. You can leave that there. We see Steelers, Bears, Patriots, Bengals, Jets, Ravens. No Vikings, Packers, Giants, Browns, Raiders, Bucks and the Rams. Oh, I don't know though. The Bucks and the Rams is the Sunday night game.
Oh, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, I don't know they're gonna do that.
unless the Bucks fall off the ledge with without any, well, not any, but without their leading receiver. But I guess they played so much without him. They're kind of used to it at this point.
Yeah, hey, look, hey, Liddy, I know about Thanksgiving. I'm not looking forward to that.
What happened on
I'm
Thanksgiving?
going to see my squad versus my favorite quarterback. But I'm not, I
Is
like
that what?
that's Thanksgiving.
Is it?
I like to eat and enjoy my food and watch my couple of movies I tell you I watch every year and all that. Enjoy my Thanksgiving FanDuel, but getting 48 dropped on me on Thanksgiving, that's different.
Hey,
That's different.
I got nothing. I was just going. They trying to get me to do a turkey
Has the
trap.
team ever got 50 dropped on them on Thanksgiving?
I'm sure it's happened.
Might happen.
We have to Google. We have to Google
it might happen this year.
it might happen this year. All right, fine.
So it is what it is. I seen someone selling tickets $700 for the nosebleeds. Go, Liddy, is that the 700? So is that for the Thanksgiving game, or is that for the Chiefs Colts game? They selling them tickets for $700 for the nosebleed. I like to know. I'm just curious.
That's a good question, actually. And it's
not that I'm gonna spend it. I'm just wondering.
In Indy, wow, I like that. I like that.
Oh, AT&T. So it's the Thanksgiving game. Well, I get it. I mean, people be spending ridiculous money to do standing room only.
Yeah.
People mess around about them cheap standing room only tickets. I mean, they ain't that cheap, but they're cheap enough. And then when the games get to the capacity, they come around and flip them. People pay even more money to go stand around and might not be able to see nothing.
Right.
You pay for a standalone ticket, and if you don't get the right spot in the standalone joint, only part of the game you really gonna see is looking up at the jumbotron screen.
Because they went to the bar for that.
Yeah.
But you're in them. I guess it's the feel. Yeah. I guess I don't know what it is. I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah, it's something like that. So it's like I tell people all the time. It's for the feel of saying you went there.
Yeah.
Right. You know me. I've been to, the current stadium a bunch of times. As a youngster, and even an adult, I went to the old Texas stadium a few times too. Mm-hmm. It is something different when you've never done it or you've only done it like a couple times, right? Yeah. But after that, for me, not really to break my neck, you know what I'm saying? To definitely go like now. I mean, I still got a trip or two probably left in me, over the next couple of years, but I'm not pressed. People hit me all the time. Yo, we going to the Cowboys stadium. I've been to the Cowboys stadium. I'm like, yeah, man. You ain't going. No, I'm not.
Y'all got it.
How many times can you do the stadium tour and be super excited? I can go in the locker rooms.
Right.
It's like going to Vegas, dog. And my job used to send the managers and staff. We used to go to Vegas every year, like 2.5 days. You had their annual company conference meeting, and you had all the evenings and nights to yourself. And then the last day was all yours. I was excited like a mother the first 2 times I went. The third time I was like, oh, that's cool, get away for a minute. But I wasn't as excited. But about 4 and 5, I wasn't over depressed, bro.
Hey, Prime, you ain't had a bad life, bro. You ain't had a bad life, man.
Not at all.
You been outside and doing some things.
Yeah, not at all. That's why now, for more reasons than one, I ain't been out as much. But still, people are like, hey, yo, how outside? I'm like, man, I do come outside, but I done so much. You know what I'm saying? I've done so much. Like I told you, for years, even when we first started doing this, I was at this sports bar every Sunday.
Yeah, true.
We get up, I'm out. It's just a matter of where the crew going, where my boy Myron at. This is what it's going to be. Just a matter of where I was going. Was it going to be kickbacks this week? Even before the end, we weren't in the show when we had Bailey's, but, this and the third, where it's going to be? City Beach. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just like, I might hit the bar 3, 4 times out the year, out of this football season, maybe. I ain't as pressed.
Speaking of which, Prime, We ain't even discussed. We halfway through the season. We ain't even thought about discussing SBP meetup, John.
Well, if we're gonna do it, we need to try to get a time and put it out there at the minimum 3 weeks in advance. So we really need to start thinking about it because somebody asked about it here in the group. I think it might have been JB.
Oh yeah.
And it might have been either before you jumped on the other week or it might have been the week that you weren't here. Because I don't think anybody was on, but you weren't on when they asked about it.
Okay.
So either the week that you weren't here or when you came late. I think I was on with Didge and Joel.
Gotcha.
But I did have a private conversation with my cousin Jay, and he's talking about a spot. And I'll talk to you about that later. But he's talking about a spot that we talked about last year, which is great for what they're willing to do. I need to go back over there and look again though, because I don't know. I got to see a bunch of TVs in there. There's a bunch of TVs in there, but I got to see what they're talking about. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we need to start talking about that within the next week. Try to nail down a date and let the people know. So it'll be on them this time if they don't see anything.
Or Kelsey brought her friends last year when we went out, and Jada's here this year. So and they're usually here on Sundays anyway. So I'm guessing they're gonna pull up with a couple friends too.
Man, it is what it is, man. We all about love. We all about family. And then a lot of people that ask either don't show up anyway, or well, understandably, they got other things they can't do. I know one year, my cousin, he I don't know if I told you, but he's really nice at shooting pool.
Yeah, you told me.
And a couple of years ago, we had the joint, and the week that we had it fell on the week. I think he had a pool tournament.
Yeah.
So Jay nice with that. I think that's one reason he he want to have at the spot. He inquired. He talked to the owner already about the one spot on the south, if that was the case, because I think he had some of his pool tournaments in and his pool tables in there.
Okay. Yeah. He's like, I can do two things.
I ain't mad at him. It's just like me taking wifey to lunch on her birthday when it falls on the weekend, and she always tells me, "Baby, I don't care wherever you want to go. I'm cool with it." I'm like, "You sure?" Baby, I just want to eat, spend time with you. I'm fine. Knowing she don't watch football, you know me. I'm pulling up to the sports bar.
Absolutely, 100%.
We sit down and eat, and I watch football, and that's it. So we can kill two birds with one stone. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I hear that.
Get beat up. What he said, kids, I'm going to bring the whole fam, the kids, the wife, and the dogs. I'm going to get beat up. I ain't going to get beat up this year. They said, you ain't get beat up last time. What are you talking about? It was all love. We were shocked to see.
See, as a send the wife, you stay home.
Yeah. Send the family. Let the family come. Have a good time. We have a great time. You know what I'm saying? We treat them nice, real respectable, and the whole 9 yards. But so I say you can stay home.
Send Miguel.
I was low-key famous. Well, I'm not. Source ain't gonna give you no props. I'm gonna give you some props on it because you got some folks that stand up for you in here. I ain't think my cousin. I don't know. I don't know what he sees in you, but he always free season. I don't know what it is. So everybody got one fault in life, right?
Yeah. Fair enough.
But I ain't gonna do nothing crazy to you because family, that's love. It's love. And if he stand up for you, I'm gonna respect it. So, and he and I don't agree on a lot of things. I'm just saying. So next time you see Jay Hunley in the group, whatever, you can thank him. So, but yeah, man, the Colts, man. If there was a team other than the Kansas City Chiefs that we brought up, if there was a team other than the Kansas City Chiefs that you would say may be challenging them for being the best team in the league right now, who would it be?
Detroit. I ain't changing my statement.
Oh yeah.
With that.
Oh yeah.
And people's tough to stop, bro, unless they stop themselves.
Yeah, exactly. You took the words right out of my mouth. They stop themselves. But they are ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Almost to the point, man. I know this will be a conversation another time, but never been a Detroit fan, never been a Detroit hater. It's getting to the point with me when this thing is all over, this little run goes, how many more years they got left in it? If they don't win a title, I know you got to get to the Super Bowl first. That's been an obstacle for them in these past couple of years when people just knew they were going. But if they don't get a title, this could go down as like one of the biggest missing rings thing ever. Like it's ridiculous. They are just too stacked, and they taking care of their people. Did you see? You go back to what's that? What 2 years ago or 3 years ago? They said how much they've invested money wise.
No, I don't know.
Hey, close to what was it? Close to $1 billion. Like they said, if you break down the contracts of the players since I think it's like since 2022 maybe to now, because they just gave Aiden Hutchinson a ton of green.
As they should.
Ton of green. They've invested crazy loot, and then you got to think about those draft picks. What's going to be crazy is, and I don't have the list in front of me. I know that Gibbs is on that list, but there's at least 3 guys from that draft class that he was with that's going to be due some money coming up after the season, I believe. So how they handle this is going to be even crazy. If you think about all the money they've already given out and how much money they're going to have to give up.
Yeah, that's the one you gotta keep though.
You gotta keep Gibbs.
You gotta keep at least for one more round. One more contract. If you want to look at it as running backs age out quickly, blah blah blah. After that, I get it. But right now, yeah, that's that dude.
3 ex-Niners play on their defense. Forgot about that season. That's good. I forgot Buckner, Edwin and Ward. Yeah, they do got Ward. That's crazy.
They don't get no credit for that. The Niners don't get no credit. Cuz you don't get no credit for that. You're like, I don't want it.
Yeah, so the Colts, though, the Colts, something to watch. They got a big matchup today, as we'll talk about it. I will say this about Daniel Jones, though, man, in closing. So we were talking about, is it him or is not? This man has 100+ passer rating in 7 of the first 8 games. Coach, do you know the other quarterbacks to ever do that in NFL history?
Are there 3 of them?
It's been done 3 times. It's been done 3 times.
3 total.
Yeah.
All right. Say that stat again.
There are Daniel Jones has 100+ passer rating in 7 of his first 8 games. It's been done 3 other times.
3 other times. Okay, so it is. It is 3 other times. Okay. Josh Allen?
Nope.
Is it obvious?
One of them is, but then the other one might. There's another one that might come up to become obvious. Like I should have thought of that. One of them is definitely pretty obvious.
It's your guy. It's your guy.
Nah.
Oh.
Not
okay. Aaron Rodgers.
Nice try right there, Liddy, but nah. Really nice try, actually.
Lamar Jackson.
Nope.
Okay, I'm done.
So Caesar got one of them right. Caesar's list. So out of this list that Caesar put up, he's got Brady, Manning, and Breeze. Which one of those you think?
Oh, Manning.
No.
Dang. I ain't gonna say Brady, so I'm going
Tom Brady.
It is Brady. Wow.
So it is Brady. So it's been done 3 times. Tom Brady did it once. Aaron Rodgers did it twice. 2 different seasons.
Wow.
Do you know
super obvious.
Guess what's happened each of those years, those 3 years?
They went to that big game.
No. Not all 3 years. They all won the MVP.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yep. So
Got
Daniel Jones. Yeah, you go, Liddy. You got you. Got it.
that.
Yeah, Daniel Jones has done that.
Dang.
So we'll see if the MVP comes into play.
Giants over there like, um,
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Colts. Um,
hilarious.
I'll pull this up real quick. I thought about this when we were talking about the just the Ravens earlier, but just a quick glimpse of what the NFL deems as the teams with the easiest remaining schedules.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have no Patriot fans on here today, but um, I will shout them out, especially Juwan, because when we started the season, they were talking about how the schedule looked for them and what they thought they could accomplish, and I agreed with them, especially early on, and they still far exceeded my expectations right now. So I had to have this added to the list now to the rest of the schedule: the Jets, the Dolphins, the Giants, who we didn't mention last week. Prayers up for Cam Scatterbo. We didn't, when we were talking about last week, we didn't mention that because they just
Right.
had a rough one this year, man. Neighbors and Scatterbo, like it's just crazy. Um, got the Ravens there. I don't know how easy that's going to be, but I'm just saying it could be, might not be. Like, but it's
Right.
going to be Bengals, same thing, and then the Falcons, who can't seem to stay in the air or rise up every week as they talk about. I was talking about rise. I don't hear them talk rise up. I don't see rise up that much no more.
No, they say stay at a decent level, I guess.
Browns there. Browns are not going to matter. Saints, it's not going to matter how easy the schedule is. Even though I see they're going to go to the youngin and quarterback now. They've named him the starter. The Bengals, of course, which is very interesting, right in the thick of that divisional race. And, of course, the Ravens that we kind of ran down their schedule earlier. So, yeah, so we might be getting some might get to the playoffs with some old Indianapolis, New England, and we ain't talking Manny or Brady as the quarterbacks.
We'll be talking a lot of Manny and Brady. Well, not we, but they.
Yeah.
They gonna drag that conversation if that happens.
Wow, that is crazy. NFL trade deadline, man, that's coming up. Not a whole lot of movement to this point. We don't know if things gonna pop off like they do sometimes during the NBA season. We've had a couple of moves. Of course, came in wanted to ask you about your Eagles. What would you like to see happen? Is there a position to be addressed? Is there a particular name maybe? You guys made a move yesterday.
Yeah.
Jair Alexander.
Yeah.
And I would have loved to have Didge on this week to talk about that because Didge, being a New England fan, but living in Wisconsin, he's well in tune to all things Packers, and I think his father's a Packers fan. And Didge had said at the beginning of the year that Alexander, I think he might have mentioned at the end of last year too, but that Jair is not the guy that he once was.
Right.
Right. So I would have loved to hear him talk about this. But how you feeling, man?
Well, when we did the pre-show, that definitely was a position I was going to say. I think that's pretty obvious for real. But and two moves were made, right? Well, one is really in the corner position. One is more like kick return than anything else. But in theory, corner. But Alexander, anything is better as a second at this point, because ain't nobody looking like Nathan out there joining. I mean, we have two corners, but we're talking about out of three. We're looking at in the slot. We locked in on one side. We locked in on the other side. We like it's a turnstile, and wherever whoever it is playing that opposite corner is, that's where the ball's going. Everybody's getting dragged. You get dragged. Ringo get dragged. Jackson get dragged. Like whoever on that third spot, it been getting ate up.
Oh, I
So
know about that. Trust me, I know. I understand that. I
yeah,
understand
but yeah, you understand.
that.
A struggling in secondary. I get it. So I'm gonna hope for the best. The expectations are low because the play has been so abysmal to me. I mean, I might be overselling it, but it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad on that other side. So whatever it is, it can't be worse. Let's say that. Whatever Jair Alexander is at this point, it can't be worse than what we've seen thus far from the Eagles.
Indeed, I think that's a nice pickup to me. I mean, after watching you guys, definitely a nice pickup. You definitely can't get any worse. Any
Right.
other positions you wanted to see possibly addressed by when is it Tuesday? By Tuesday?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I'm happy across the board. I don't think this team is as strong as it was last year, and someone could say we could uh, throw somebody else on that D line. But I'm gonna accept whatever Brandon Graham brings to the table. That's what we're gonna accept off the edge. And offensively, I feel all right. I feel all right. I feel all right. I'm not concerned about anything outside of the way the team plays overall. Because it even at 6-2, it hasn't been a smooth 6-2. It hasn't been a strong 6-2.
Right.
It could be 3-5 just as easy as a 6-2. So we'll see what we can do going forward. But I'm not gonna complain. We're gonna rock it out at this point. So I'm not worried about making another move right now.
Indeed. Indeed. Um, us, we need everything defensively. So I don't. I don't know if it's no one player.
He said,
You
"Where do I
know,
begin?"
Jerry. They say Jerry been calling around, and the people, of course, shutting the door on Jerry. Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson, and Jerry's trying to make that splash. I don't know if it's out there. And what we're hearing from these teams, they're not going to trade these people, right? So might be time to move on. I think the one intriguing thing for me, if it were to happen, is let's watch what happens with the Miami Dolphins because there's talk. There's a lot of talk that at least one of their defensive stars could get moved. We heard someone mention last week about Jalen Phillips. Wouldn't be a bad piece for us to have, but also think that they got like a lot of confidence. All the issues we got, they got a lot of confidence in at least a couple of the linebackers we got. I don't know if that's valid, but got Judon, you got Bradley Chubb. I don't know who they would talk about, which one of those guys potentially be moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the big talk is something that we don't need from them. But the Dolphins, there's a lot of talk about Jalen Waddle. And if the Dolphins move Jalen Waddle somewhere,
Mm.
if that was to happen, uh, that really tells you about what they think of this franchise. They already let the GM go. He'd been there since, 20 years? Something like that. He'd been there forever. And then now Mike McDonald still has his job. And I don't know how long, they claiming that he's okay through the end of the season. But that's something to watch there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
let him go. You already down your best receiver for the season. Then you lose him, and that it just tells you just throwing in the towel with everything already.
Says H ain't a bus.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. But yeah, with us, I don't know, man. I don't know. I tell you what will be interesting though for the Jalen Waddle trade
Mm.
because it's really all that guy. I can't think of anybody else right offhand, but it's three teams that if it were possible, I think need to entertain to see if they can make a move for Jalen Waddle, especially the way he's been playing in the midst of Tua being garbage. Jalen been had some nice games still. The Pittsburgh Steelers,
Mm.
you might just see what's up. Just see what you might do. I would see what's up.
That's a beautiful thought. But go on.
Yeah. The New York Giants. And granted, whether you're playing to still try to salvage this season or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think about the future. You don't know when Neighbor's coming back.
Right.
And then what you could have with when he does come back on the other side of him, that job might be kind of special. It might be kind of
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Could be tough. Yeah.
And the other team is a team that's playing in one of the biggest games is today, if not the biggest game today, the Buffalo Bills. I understand year after year they managed to get by with the type of offense that they run and the way they distribute it, and Josh taking matters into his own hands a lot. But I'm telling you, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Go get that man another receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot or shoot, man. Shoot or shoot.
Everybody can't be the Chiefs. I mean, well, granted, the Chiefs we realized that Rice is that we realized last year that Rasheed Rice could ball before, but now they didn't just go out here and say we're gonna bring, we ain't gonna bring Cheetah back. We ain't gonna go out here and we gonna deal with the people that we drafted.
Right.
I'm just saying. I think those three teams would benefit the most for picking up the phone and getting on with ownership in Miami and say, look, what's up? What y'all asking? What's the deal? Now, I did see something that there was a belief from one of the Miami sports writers, and evidently I see his name a lot, so he must be one of the real deal guys that's really in the papers down there. He said, though, on the flip side, there's belief, though, that they're going to try to get a first-round pick out of it if they were to entertain moving Waddle.
That's fair. That's fair,
Right.
though.
And I don't know how many people really think about them giving up a first for Waddle.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of people saying that we could talk at a second and then maybe some other compensation. But then again, it depends on – I figure it depends on what team it is.
Yeah.
If you're a team that's in the midst of everything right now, like the Bills or something, like, you know what? I really don't want to give up on a second, but this might could change everything for me.
Exactly.
I might need to go and do it now. The time is now, like John Cena said. So I'm just saying.
I'm not mad at that. I like that Waddle to Buffalo idea though. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like something.
I think that would really be good.
Yeah.
I think that would really be a real problem for some teams, man.
Especially the way James Cook acting.
Yeah. You before we get into these picks, you got anything else you'd like to see? Well, you think would be a good move around the league? Somebody go after something? Team that needed to address something?
No, actually, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that jumps out as a strong move that I would like to see. I don't think. What you got? You got something else?
Nah, nothing else, man. Nothing else. I might think of a couple of things when we get into these picks. I think we picking 6 games. But before we do that, entertain the folks for a quick second. I know if it's something you want to talk about, you got coming up, something else you want to see today, I'll be right back.
Okay. Got you. All right, so I have a show on TikTok, in case you don't know, called Be Cypher Wednesday. The 50th episode is November 19th. 50 episodes, yo. Started last December on a whim. And after the first week, the producers kept pulling up every week. And they're still pulling up to this day. Producers come through, play beats. We have interviews, dope artists, and TikTok personalities. I was about to say celebrities, but personalities. Let's see, from who have we had? A lot of people. Check the show out. I don't feel like running down all the names. I'll throw a couple out. Wordsworth. We had on Bad Seed, Elder Sensei. Quite a few hip hop heads that have come through. Tracy Lee pulled up. We've had quite a few people come through, personalities as far as hip hop, and that's on the Beat Cypher show, which is dubbed the best show on TikTok. In case y'all ain't know that. And I started a new show called Sessions with Source, where I grab a couple of artists or producers or whomever at this point, because it's still building, but grab a couple of those people and talk about 5 of their whatever, if it's producers, 5 of their beats or songs they have with whatever artists, and how that came about, or the studio session, something like that. If it's the artist, of course, the song, how the song came about, the process, the studio session, whatever goes with the song, maybe a guest appearance by somebody else and all that. So we're only up to episode 3 of that. Taking it slow with that because I think that is a bigger play. I think there's something special there. But we shall see how it goes. I don't think I have anybody this week, but next week I'm gonna do another solo with Playboy Mikey D. He was a member of Mikey D and LA Posse. He used to rock with Paul C back in the day. Rest in peace, Paul C. He was in Main Source after Large Professor bounced, and right now he's in the midst of an online beef of sorts with MC Search.
Yeah.
So they beef and they going. I don't know that Search is saying anything negative about Mikey, but Search said something that Mikey D did not like, and it has created a little firestorm there. So I'm sure I'll ask him about that along with going through some of his catalog on next Wednesday, the 12th. Mike Prince. I always want to call him Prince Mikey because of Prince Marky D. Playboy Mikey D will be pulling up for Sessions with Source.
Nice.
And I'm sure there's other stuff going on. Yeah. It's a lot happening. But yeah, back to the sports.
Yeah, it's funny. So I saw a couple of things in the chat. I was on this free agency. I'm gonna address real quick. Liddy was asking about Brees Hall. Funny enough, because I'm looking at some of these reports right now as we speak, and there's real question about that. They said that they are believed to be listening to teams who want to get their hands on Brees Hall and also Quinnen Williams. Now, Jerry, you might want that Quinnen Williams thing. Jerry will listen to know about it anyway. Jerry will listen to know about it, but Jerry, so never mind. But yeah, Brees Hall and Quinnen Williams. Tom Pelissero and Ian Rappaport are both reporting that indeed, as we were just talking about it, the Dolphins are at least taking calls on Jalen Waddle and on at least one of their top pass rushers. We just talked about that. So
I love it. I love it for the league. Nice, the trade deadline, regardless of sport, is a nice little spice, little extra throw in to change things up a little bit, especially if somebody quality goes to one of those better squads and can make a difference. So it gives people a little something to look forward to, some potential out there.
Yep, and see, as I heard that too. They said that the Chargers are still looking for. They just put what was the backup? Hassan, whatever his name was. They just put him on IR, I think, too. So they down running backs. Not that Vidal has to be getting busy, but they are looking for another running back as well. So
need to be down to bag number 4.
Yeah, that's crazy. Might be number 5 for real. Let me see. I missed this one by my man West. I guess he was talking about Shane Steichen with the Colts. He was talking about Coach of the Year over already. Might just be.
Yeah,
Shane Steichen.
They go 500, and he might have that locked up for real. 500 the rest of the way.
I would have loved to have our boy Alan Sanders on that one because I remember he used to be very opinionated before this season about Shane Steichen. So I wonder, would love to ask him how he feeling about Shane Steichen right now. Since he's got that coaching league over there. So let's see what else we got. Brees Hall at KC. Bro, how many running backs you want?
Liddy want everybody. Liddy want everybody.
I mean, we know Pacheco. They said he's expected back soon, so his injury wasn't as severe as what they originally thought. Well, way it could have been. Um, you got Prashad. You got the youngin out there running the rock. You got Hunt. Hunt, I think, has a good chance to eat today against that defense. So yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over these next few hours going into the trade deadline up until Tuesday. So, but cool. Now, that being said, let's get into these picks, man. We got 6 games.
Yeah.
Let me see what we got going on here.
Let's get it on. Get it on the floor.
All right, let's just get into it's game day, man. So let's get into these picks here. So first up, 2 teams we briefly mentioned earlier in the show. We are going to talk about the Falcons and the Patriots, man, coming in. And there's been some question about how good are the Patriots. And, I went over earlier and I talked about the questions people have about the Colts schedule and the people they've played. There's some people will tell you Patriots are definitely better than last year, but they've got the Browns and Titans and Saints on their schedule too. You play who's on the schedule. In my opinion, Patriots are really good. Really good, especially the quarterback position and especially on the defensive side. But they got one of the best defenses in the league right now, a mirror image of their coach. Looks like our guy Trevion Henderson's should get a bulk of the carries today. Is Raymondre is out of there. They already had some issues at running back. I know they brought somebody up from the practice squad, but this is a game for them to continue their winning streak. The Falcons are looking to bounce back. But they are getting their quarterback back. They're getting Penix back today, and they're getting Drake London back today. So could be interesting.
Could be interesting, but like you said, that defense is tough, especially on the outside in that secondary. As far as them being good or not good or whatever the case may be, it could, you could argue the same thing as we talked about with the Colts. For whatever reason, I don't feel as strongly about the Patriots being 100% like very good. I think they're good. I think they're good. I know you like Drake May a lot. A lot of people like Drake May.
I do.
And he has definitely been proving himself this season. I have very little to say about Atlanta because I can't trust them people. Them people, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for real. Like, you don't know. They might score 0. They might score 37. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. But it's a lack of consistency. I'm definitely going with the Patriots. I think the Patriots going to handle business today. Again, I don't trust Penix, and he's coming off of, missing a week. And I just can't see that going well against Vrabel and that Patriots defense. I'm going to go 30-13. Patriots smack up Atlanta.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I got all digit scores. He gave me his scores.
Okay.
Right. So you went 30-13. Didge went the Patriots 31-13. So that is an interesting score. 13 points for these guys. I mean, against that Patriots defense, I can definitely see them holding these people down. I gave them a little bit more respect. I don't know if I should have, but I got them. I got the Patriots winning 33-17.
Okay. Well, you still got them getting blown out and a teen number.
You know what's going to be fun to watch, though, is the fact that Bijan Robinson, and we've been talking, we know that Jonathan Taylor is the man right now, but we've seen Bijan explode too this year, and we understand in some people's eyes he's, top 2-3 in the league. The Patriots have not given up 50 yards to a single running back this season.
Wow.
More than 50 yards. Yep. So We're gonna see if Bijan can get off, get off the snide, and he ends up being the guy today to actually do some things. And yes, you said I like Drake May. I really like Drake May. 8 touchdowns over the last 3 games, bro. Three straight games with at least 135 yard point rating too. So he's been outstanding, man. But what I can say, the Falcons get a couple of well, I don't know if you call Penix a weapon, but you get Drake London back, so maybe they can try to make some things shake, but you just never know. All right.
Trusted.
All right, next up. I almost was going to regret taking this game because I was unsure whether or not Flacco was going to play, but he's going to play, so we good money with the Bears and the Bengals. And, the Bears, up and down every week, man. Up and down every week. Terrible loss last week. But then they have some games when they look like really good. But you got played by Tyler Huntley. And these people come out here and do a number on you the way they did. It's never a good thing. But the Bengals took L2. Crazy shootout with the Jets. But we mentioned Flacco is back today. How you feel about this one?
Flacco is back. Yeah, that was a bad loss last week by Chicago. That was one of those marks. And they're still sitting at 4-3. That's the thing. They're still 4-3.
Yep.
But they could sitting at 5-2 would have looked like a whole different world than 4-3. Because they're still in that third spot in the division. Because it's tough, it's a tough division. And it's tough if Detroit is second. But I'm glad Flacco is back. Like I said, it's gonna be a lot of Jamar Chase. We know this, and I'm here for it. Chase Brown's played a lot better in recent weeks been used more, been able to do more things within the last couple of weeks. Wildly enough, I think I trust Cincinnati as a team more than I do Chicago. Even though I probably feel the same way if it was in Chicago, to be honest. I'm going to go in a close game. I don't think it's going to get too crazy. I'm going to go 27-24 Cincinnati. They're going to get to 24? Yeah, I'm going to go 27-24 Cincinnati.
Nice. 27-24. I think there's going to be some points scored in this game. I think it has the potential. We've seen Caleb Williams have some really good weeks throwing the football. We know what that Bengals offense is capable of. And if he can make it, if Flacco can make it through the whole game.
Don't say that, Brian.
If he can make it through the whole game, I think it's going to be some points on that scoreboard. I'm going to take the Bengals 31-30.
Ooh.
Bengals defense isn't all that great, man. Isn't all that great either, but they can score, so that's what's important. So 31-30. Didge took the Bears 24-14.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
24-14.
I respect the fact you picked the Bears. 24-14 is an interesting score, though.
It is. And I don't know. Then he didn't tell me the fact that he didn't know Flacco's status. I don't know if that played into anything. I don't know, but that's just the score he sent me.
Gotcha.
All
That's
right.
fair. I respect it.
Next up, we have something we touched on earlier. We have the Colts and the Steelers going at it today. And hey, I think it has the potential to be really good, but it also has the potential to be a real season crusher for the Steelers, because you have to think if they lose, this would be their third in a row, and if they lose in a crazy fashion, because let's be honest, that game the other night that they lost to the Packers could have been worse than that, right? So if they were to lose in a crushing fashion today, what is that going to do for the psyche and the mentality of this Pittsburgh Steelers team that was sitting so comfortable atop the AFC North here just a couple of short weeks ago. But it ought to be fun. We're gonna find out a lot about both teams. What you think?
I think it's going. I'm glad this game is in Pittsburgh. To be honest, I think that makes it a little closer game than what
Yeah.
I would think it would be. Uh, Although my score that I wrote down does not show that I feel that way. To be honest, I feel like the Colts are on the roll and they're playing well. This is a good test, and nobody can say that Pittsburgh. Well, somebody will say it, but nobody's going to really, nobody should say. I don't think that Pittsburgh is not a solid team, solid to good team, and if the Colts happen to win this game, this is one of those you'd be like, well, they beat Pittsburgh on the road, like so that gives them a little more validity to those who still question the Colts. I just don't like Pittsburgh. Like, not I don't like them, but I just don't like the way they look on a week to week basis. I just don't like the way they look. They
Yeah.
don't they don't look. Nothing about them is like scary to me. I'm going Colts 33-24 over Pittsburgh. Um, that in my mind that point differential is a little strong, but I'm gonna stick with it though. I'm gonna ride with that.
33-24.
Yep.
Didge has the Colts 33-20.
Get out of here.
Yeah, 33-20. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like the way they look, and the Steelers look. And the question is, can they beat good teams? They were playing so well, but when they played good teams this year, they lost. They lost to Seattle. They lost to the Patriots, Packers. Like, can they beat good football teams is the question. They playing a really good one here. That defense in Pittsburgh has been not good. Like, it's not the defense that we've been used to seeing throughout the years, what they've been known for. They really, really underperform. I think the Colts offensive line, we're going to have a whole lot to say about how this game goes.
Yeah.
A whole lot, the protection that they give, DJ. Also, we know what time it is with Jonathan Taylor just racking up numbers. I'm not saying he'll go out here and get a $170 again, but there's got to be a big run in there somewhere, at least one, right?
At least one, yeah.
Yeah, at least one big run, man. So, the Steelers going to come out there with their multiple tight end sets as they normally do. And it's probably going to work for a little bit. It's probably going to work for a little bit. They're going to stick to what they do, stick to what they know. But I just don't have a good feeling about this game. You did mention the game being in Pittsburgh, though, right?
Yep.
Now, it might give them some hope. We're going to find out how the Colts play outside, because 7 out of the 8 games they played this year have been inside, like dome-like stadiums.
Good point.
So they're going to be outside a little bit. Just luckily for them is we're not here deep in December where it's brick, but still.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take the Colts 35-20.
Woo! Man, I thought my score differential was a lot. Y'all just ramped it up there.
All right. Next up would be the Broncos and the Texans going in. Very interesting game here. Of course, the Broncos up and down every week on how they look, or they decide they want to play football for a half or a quarter. Looked very good last week, beating up on the Dallas Cowboys. And then we got the team that surprised some of us last week in the Houston Texans. Out here making moves, actually showing they know how to put up points when they want to. I think what intrigues me most about this game, it's not the fact that Bo Nix is quarterback, and it's not the fact that Nico is playing. Two very solid defenses. Now, I know the Colts, not the Colts, I know the Broncos, wrong horse. I know the Broncos won't have Surtain, right? Still pretty solid all the way across, right? But defense is going to decide this one. How you feel about it?
Defense is a good call. Look, I don't normally like to give stats that I'm not 100% sure of, but I feel like I read both of these things at some point. I feel like I read that, and you know what? I can just look this one up because it's right here, actually, now that I think about it. And I would have been wrong, but to my benefit, I would have been overstating it a little bit. I was gonna say that the Texans have only given up 107 points this season. Actually, they've only given up 103 points this season. Lord.
Miko Ryans and that defense, nasty, bro.
And the other one that I don't remember where I saw it, but I think I saw that they haven't given up more than 50 yards to a running back. I think.
They may be in that class. I know the Patriots been tough with it, but yeah.
I think, I didn't read because I don't remember reading anything specific about that Atlanta New England game, but I read something about this particular game, and I feel like it was 50-yard rushers have been given up this season by the Texans. Not that Denver was going to have a 50-yard rusher, but well, you never know with the breakout of the what's my man name? What's his running back name? Review.
Oh, Willie Mark?
No. What was that?
You talking about for the rookie for who?
For Denver.
Oh, R.J. Harvey.
Harvey, yes, thank you. Yeah, you never know when Harvey gonna get loose. But based on that defense, I'm gonna go Houston in a tough one. It's gonna be a tough game, and they may be able to scrape up. Both teams may be able to scrape up a few more points than one would think, just looking at these two teams. And I think if it was in Denver, I would go Denver, but it's in Houston. I'm going with the upset. Houston 23 and Denver 21.
23-21. Pretty close. That's kind of closest to my score. Let me see. Put this down here. We got the Texans.
I know Dej got Denver.
Dej does have Denver. Dej has Denver 27-17.
Yeah.
And your score was, you got what, Texans? He said 23-21?
Yep.
That's like one of my scores that I normally pick. But check mine out. I took the Broncos because I took the Broncos in this one 22-19. I think this has the potential to have some ugly moments.
Right.
I think this game has the potential to be some turnovers on both sides. And I'm going to be honest with you. You got two quarterbacks who have struggled against pressure. Some of Bo Nix's worst moments that he's had, and he's struggling through three-quarters of the game is when he's being pressured.
Yeah.
And we see Sean Payton not willing to take the reins off until he has to, your boy started freelancing. We've seen over time, C.J. Stroud look horrible, especially when it's coming right in his face. And one thing about the way Denver and, our fans, run their defense, they like to come straight up. Come straight up. So this could be the most entertaining and possibly ugly. I'm not saying it's going to be. It could be an entertaining, possibly ugly game at times, right? But yeah, I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna stick with the Broncos on that 22-19. And crazy if they win through all they've been through. I mean, the Broncos would actually be 7-2.
That would be outrageous for real. And we might be down for a dog. We might be down for a dog fight to the end anyway.
Yep,
for real. But that division is tough.
Next up is the big one. Everybody's looking forward to. We have the Chiefs and the Bills. Bills at their home team. We have a 5-3 team at a 5-2 squad. What's significant about this? Seems like we bring this up every show, right? Numbers when it comes to these guys. Numbers. This will be the 10th time these two have played each other. And you got to think about it when we talk about 10 times, Source, right?
Wait, we're talking 10 times, including playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
10 times, period. What's crazy about this is Mahomes has just turned 30, and they've met 10 times already. Josh Allen is 29. Not like these two people play in the same division.
Right.
But between playoffs and the fact that the networks know what they're doing, they're going to make sure that we get the league make sure that we get this matchup. Let me tell you what's completely baffling to me about this, right? When we think about us, we old heads now, so you think about some of these young heads might not get this, right? Of course, we were blessed enough to see, a lot of them were blessed enough to see Brady and Manning, right? They met 17 times during their career. 17 times total, right? This is the one that got me, and you think about how far we've come as a league. We got to go way back to the youth, right? Elway and Dan Marino. Take a wild guess at how many times they met their entire career.
21.
No, not even close. Two of the greatest quarterbacks, first ballot Hall of Famers.
Time out. I assumed it was going to be a lot. I don't know that I thought it would be a lot in reality, but I assumed it would be a lot. It can't be more than that, right?
Liddy got 6.
That makes okay. I'd lean more towards that. Hold on. Let me think about it for a second. Let me actually think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Four.
All right, you're close. I'm gonna help you out. 3 times. Two quarterbacks drafted in the same draft played in the same conference. They played 3 times their entire career. And this was even more mind-baffling. So they came in, so in 80, it was 83, 84, right in, they played a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't play again against each other until 98.
Yeah.
And they played twice in that season. So the first 2 matchups, the 80s matchup, Marino and the Dolphins won. The first matchup in 98, Marino and the Dolphins won. They met again in 98 in the playoffs. Of course, the Broncos won because the Broncos won the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy. 3 times in their career they met, while Brady and Manning met 17 times, and Josh Allen and Mahomes have already met 10 times. So,
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why. But I tell you this, as we all know the numbers here. Lydia put them up already. Regular season, Allen owns Patrick Mahomes.
Thanks.
He's 4-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season.
Yo.
And the passing yards are crazy. Mahomes 1302, Allen 1261. They both have passed for 10 touchdowns in these matchups. Postseason, we know it's a different story. Mahomes is 4-0 against Josh Allen. The passing yards for Mahomes, 1163. Josh Allen, 1039. We know there's some running in there, but I'm just saying. The pass TDs in the postseason, dead even at 9. So they both have thrown 10 in those games in the regular season, 9 in the playoffs, right? Very interesting game. I'll just say this. We talk about it all the time. We know Mahomes and them are picking up steam, getting fully healthy, getting folks back as well from suspension. They've been on an absolute roll. Buffalo been struggling a little bit, right? What you think?
Man, I just wrote down 2 numbers, and I don't even like the way they look. I'll tell you what they were in a minute. But I think I'm gonna push down. No, you know what? I wrote them down. I'm just gonna go with that. I got Buffalo with the dub, 30-26. Only 2 reasons. One, because it's the regular season, and 2, because I was about to go way higher than that. Not way higher, but higher than that. And Kansas City's defense is actually better than people probably pay attention to overall.
Yeah.
Add that to the fact that they're just getting their feet wet. The more I talk, the more I want to say, it's actually Kansas City. All right. For the second week in a row, without Prime's prompting this time, I'm changing my pick. I'm going. I talk myself into Kansas City. I'm going with the Chiefs, man. Let me write Kansas City. $31, Buffalo 24. Book it. Book it.
I can definitely see that 30, and everything in me is telling me Prime, you need to up your score. But I go back to what the past 5 games the Chiefs have scored at least 28, so that 30 would fit right in there, right? It would definitely fit right in there. But I'm gonna keep it 28-24 Kansas City, knowing darn well they could definitely get into the 30s, but I'm gonna stick with the 28-24. Didge got Kansas City 34-31.
You said 28-24 for you?
I got 28-24. Yep.
We all got Kansas City.
Uh-huh.
That means Buffalo's definitely winning. Okay.
And that means they winning, and Josh Allen continues his regular season dominance of Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Exactly.
And last up before we go be Seattle traveling to DC to take on the Commanders. I did see the Commanders are trying to throw it back to the old Washington Redskin uniforms without the Redskin emblem. So they're supposed to be taking it back a little bit tomorrow. Didge got Seattle 38-24.
Woo, 38-24 sounds fancy right there. I'm not mad at that number. 38-24. I got Seattle as well. And that 30 sounds good. I like it. You know what? Just because I'm going to be unoriginal on purpose. 38-24. I'm running with it.
Same score?
Same score.
Indeed. Yeah, I think the one thing Washington's been struggling lately, and they can't seem to get everybody on the same page, or at least on the same field. James missed all that time. They were out without McLaurin. They get McLaurin back at one time with Debo on the field. That happens. Now McLaurin's not playing today. So Jaden Daniels, top target, of course, will definitely be Debo, right? I don't think I trust Debo to carry me anywhere. I expect him to make explosive plays, but I don't expect him to be able to carry me. If he was on my team. Seattle's defense and that pass rush is definitely going to test that hamstring of Jaden Daniels. I mean, it's going to get tested, right? And I'll say I'm looking for a big day from Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, at least 2 scores probably against that Washington defense who doesn't seem to have the identity they once had.
Break them off, something.
Yeah. I can see you boys out here going deep a few times. I'm on these people on red zone up and down the field. Going with the Seattle Seahawks 33-22.
33-22. I like it.
And that is that. And we right here. Teams just kicked off. We see a few teams in the red zone already.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Looks like, well, not even in the red zone. Your boy Laporta just scored on Minnesota, which is going to be interesting to me because I want to see how McCarthy comes back today. See if we can put up some, I don't know if we could talk about some being an upset. It's probably not going to happen, but I'm just saying, not just because McCarthy's coming back. It's a division game. McCarthy hasn't played really well a little bit of time he has played.
And people about to get 40 put on him.
Not the 40, bro.
40.
Well, they went down the field just like it was nothing just now. So, I don't think that's out of the question. And in closing, the only other thing I got, it was one game I was looking at, not the 49ers Giants. Very interesting. Just keep an eye on the Panthers and the Packers. That's all I'm saying. Just again, we don't know what Panther squad we're going to get. The team that gets blown out or the team that actually decide they want to play. And you don't know what Packers team you're gonna get.
Exactly.
Yeah, so but the Packers got them old crazy old school uniforms on today. So they're gonna be able to look the leather helmet looking joints and all that. Yeah, so just something for the eye. So we shall see as the Giants just scored on the 49ers.
Come on, Giants, do your thing.
Wow, touchdown.
Run it up.
Yeah, so other than that, my man, you got anything for the people before you get out here and enjoy this fine day of football?
Now, I said on the 31st that I was going to do 30 days of hip hop on TikTok. Got to day one, I ain't even do day one. That's a daggone shame. So I guess it ain't gonna be 30 days. Will it be 29? We don't know. We shall see. But yeah, that's it. If anybody needs a DJ for your holiday parties, holla at me. Man, I feel good. I did 2 gigs this weekend, Friday night, Saturday night, feeling good. People actually paid me to stay longer. I was like, what?
What?
Is this what they do? I ain't know. So I'm feeling good. But yeah, that's it. I ain't got nothing else. I said everything else earlier. So NFL day, that's right.
Yeah, only thing I got, man, and of course it is NFL day. I know that's not what it meant, but when they say when one door closes, the another one opens, we ain't really talking about opportunity, and that's just an opportunity to watch. So, of course, the baseball season is over now. Football season is moving right along, and college and pro. The one thing that I am overly excited about, and I know you know this, I don't know if you thought about it. Do you know what happens this coming week?
Well, we vote
In the sports world.
I voted yesterday, but there's that. We talked about trade deadline for the NFL. What?
Hey man, not of my nights, Fridays, Sundays, Saturdays gonna be lit.
Is it playoff time?
Nah, the women basketball, college basketball.
Oh, of course.
Yes, we're playing basketball. Playing basketball this coming week, baby. This coming week, and we got some juicy matchups early. My Lady Vols ranked number 8. They come out the gate against number 9 NC State this week. That we got the number 1 team in the country, UConn Huskies, taking on number 20 Louisville. Louisville's got a really good squad. We also what we have. Maybe a week and a half from now. I think it's this week. I got to look at my schedule. But I know UCLA, which is the number 3 team in the country, going to take on Oklahoma, number 6. And, of course, they got the top recruit in the country over there. Another one that's coming up early in the season is we got I don't think it's this week. It might be the week after. But we got UNC taking on UCLA. UCLA, number 3 team in the country. UNC is number 11. All right. Very good team. Got a potential player of the year, Renaya Kelly. Also, 804's own Lainey Grant from James River. Got a lot. She played in every game last year. I think she only started 3. I believe. I hadn't seen that lineup. She may be starting this year. So shout out to the hometown product as a sophomore playing in the ACC. But yeah, a lot of good women's basketball, but it's definitely 2 or 3 very good matchups amongst top 20 teams going down this week to kick things off. So I'm excited.
That's what's up.
I'm excited. So, but other than that, we appreciate y'all for rocking with y'all. Those who are still here, I see a lot didn't dropped off, of course, because the games have already kicked out. So we ran a little long, but it is what it is. We're going to enjoy this day. As always, I'm your boy Prime. That is Source. Enjoy your football Sunday or weekend, unless your team is the Arizona Cardinals. Peace.
Peace.